Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-hour Artcheck round 122. If you are watching this episode back and it's not live, that's great. StreamYard just said that it's not going to record any of our videos anymore. It will let us go live for a certain amount of times, so we're depending on YouTube to save this right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully this works. Hopefully this works and you can watch it back. If not, we will be figuring out something else for Monday. With that all being said, Emily, what have you gotten done since the last art check?
Not like a crazy amount. I haven't had a chance to do anything today. Like, the big reason why we're late is because I got home at like 7:25. So, anyways, I realized I need to insert some more, like, I've been focusing too much on one character in the last few episodes I've been writing, and I need to go back and insert what's been happening with some others. So I started that. Haven't accomplished anything solid in that development other than like a little bit of extra proofreading that I've done. And then yesterday I was sketching. I drew... Can I zoom in? A yawn. So yeah, look at that facial expression.
That's nice.
Look at that. The other thing that was really just exciting was that this was done without a reference, which, like,
wow,
not in a way that's like, because you should use reference, you know, but like, I just kind of went with the line of action type thing. I was like, all right, his arm's here, back, and the front, you know, and that gave me what I needed to know. Like, I could probably benefit from looking at reference for the arm right here. But yeah, it feels like an accomplishment because I just sat down and did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like easy, but I did do it in like a half hour or something. So that feels cool. That, I don't know, I'm finally getting expressive, and it's a dude too. Like,
you hate
it's not a
drawing
girl.
dudes.
I was very scared of drawing dudes for a really long time because it was just difficult. So yeah, but I'm trying to get better at men's posture, because I'm just, the default is like drawing a man that poses like a woman, and that obviously doesn't read. So yeah, that's what I did, and I just kind of adore this because it's so expressive. And yeah, I also wanted to draw Aaron like a little bit thicker. He's a real skinny dude in the beginning.
Yeah,
and
he gains weight though. Yeah,
he gains weight over time, and I hadn't really gone into like what that was going to look like. Like, I hadn't been like, you know what, I know exactly what it's gonna look like when he's like at the weight he's happy at, like his body is happy at. So I was like, let's try that out. Yeah, so that's what I did. What about you?
Is this my favorite thing I've ever made? No, but I don't hate. So this is the original logo. So I need to. Haven't really talked about it too much. I'm doing a PR campaign. I've talked to Emily about it a bit more than I've talked to the class about, or the class. I'm doing the campaign for class. I've talked to Emily about it more than I've talked on the live stream about it. Blech. Yeah. Anyways, the company is the Rexford Cultural Arts Center, and this is the logo of where they are showing the grab bag. The grab bag itself, which is what we are creating the campaign for, doesn't have a logo. So I made this.
Yeah.
Which I think it matches the style really well. I am unsure about this bee placement But anyways, the L's here are meant to look like legs.
Oh,
I
okay.
understood that as I stared at it for a very long time.
Gotcha.
Very long time. Obviously, you can't do that with a B and a G, but I feel like they're pretty coherent.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not my favorite thing that I've ever made, but I'm pretty sure that they'll like it, and it'll add something to our presentation that others don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made a whole campaign.
In InDesign, I see
did it
that
in
red
InDesign.
square.
Oh, yeah. So this is actually completely out of my comfort zone. This is like a weird thing. I hate working with circles.
What?
I hate it. I will do anything to not design like this way.
Flow.
Yeah.
It's made out of circles. Curves.
This was the worst, man. But I got it to a point where my friends liked it. Yeah. I'm not a... Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is my first thing I've ever done this style ever. I'm a very minimalist person. Oh, thank you. I'm a very minimalistic person. I'm a very cut and dry. This is what my stuff looks like. I genuinely just don't mess with circles. Like, I don't leave circles complete circles. And so, anyways, this is a master page.
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured out page numbers. That was a huge thing for me.
Yep, I know about those.
Yeah, and I had to stick them on the inside because, like, my design is on the outside right here. And
you could make the one, you could make it white on the right side.
Yeah. I'm going to mess with it more because I changed the design. I made the design, put the page numbers in, and then changed the design because this was down here and it was all matching just this.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, so I made master pages and...
You know, you can make master pages out of master pages. You can make it A, B, C, master page is based off of A or B or whatever.
Yeah. I didn't do that because of page numbers, and I didn't know how that was going to work. But also...
It's a spread, so you can dictate what the spread looks like. That way you can say what the page numbers were supposed to look like.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I just... it feels very repetitive to me, but every PR book that I've looked at, there's nothing fancy going on.
Right.
It's like, here's the basic design. And the reason that I did the circles is because this company's brand, this is their font. They actually don't even have a second font. They always use this for everything, so I chose my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not designing a whole book in one font.
You could do it in a different way.
Their style guide says regular for both of them.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Fun.
Yeah, it is what it is. They made their style guide January of last year, and I was like, I talked to my professor about it. I was like, they have some stuff going on. Like, there's misspellings. It's not all spelled correct. And he was like, I'm sure that they would appreciate it if you went in and fixed that. And I was like, would they?
Yeah.
So I'll do it. It's pretty easy.
Well, like, for example, our style guide, like, it's printed so that people can't change it.
No, this is not. I don't even think they have a graphic designer. They don't. I'm like 99% sure. They hired out somebody for the logo.
Yeah.
And I think
they gave them a style guide, and that was it.
No,
then that's why there's only font.
The style guide is based around the logo.
Yeah, exactly. That's not... Yeah, like, that's a logo style guide, not a brand guide at all. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and they have a PNG of their logo. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah. The artist didn't give them a...
I don't know. I don't know. I asked for the most workable thing, and I got sent PNGs.
That's horrible. I like having inherited brands that only had JPEGs as their logos.
I'd rather a PNG.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Anybody, if you hear this, because we don't know if this is actually going to get recorded, don't ever give a company a PNG of their logo. They deserve more. They need to use their logo. Give them vector. If they don't have AI, then give them an SVG. Like,
yeah. I genuinely want to talk to them, be like,
hey, this is a serious.
Do you guys want an intern for 3 months?
Yeah.
I'll intern for you for 3 months, and I will sort everything
fix
out.
Stuff.
And you guys will run much smoother.
Uh-huh.
I looked at their photography too, and I was like, this is an art page.
Oh, it's an art gallery?
It's art, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty serious.
Yeah. It focuses on art, and I was like, a key. Anyways,
okay.
So I did all that stuff. The company is very, very nice, and the people are very, very nice. I'm just, as a designer, I was like, oh.
This hurts so bad.
I was like, you can't send me an AI file, because right now I'm stuck with a PNG, and I would like to incorporate your logo into my design, and I kind of can't.
Wow.
Because I had some pretty cool ideas, and then I got sent a PNG, and I was like, yikes.
It sucks. I mean, you could. How high quality is it?
Not great.
Oh,
not great.
I was gonna say, because you can do like a image trace and then use that, and now I can.
I might be able to do an image trace. It's a higher quality than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I just looked at it.
Man.
Properties.
It still sucks.
Yeah. Anyways, so I did that, and I'm trying to think. I didn't. That's it. That's what I've got.
Cool.
Challenges.
Challenges were that I haven't had any time to do anything. Yesterday I had some time. Like I said, I did some stuff, but I just was like kind of emotionally exhausted for some reason yesterday. Like I was listening to really funny podcasts all day, and I just felt like my extrovert points had been spent for the day. Does that make sense? Even though I wasn't actually hanging out with people, I felt like I was. And so, like, when I got home, I was just like, my brain's tired. And so I did stuff for a tiny bit. And when I didn't have, like, the brain power to keep writing, I did this. But I didn't have any other time today to do anything. So Wednesdays are kind of difficult for me. I visited family, like, real quickly because my little sister bought a guitar when she was here. And it's kind of a cool story because it was the only one that we had. And the next time that guitar was coming back in stock was July next year.
Wow.
Yeah, and she just happened to be in Idaho when it was in Idaho. It had literally come like the day before or something like that. So anyways, they didn't have checked luggage, and so they were like, other family members just happened to be in town the same week. So I was handing it off to them today, and we got to chatting because I'd never see them. So
that's nice.
It is nice. Yeah. And realistically, would I have accomplished anything in the half hour extra that I was home? Maybe not.
Probably not.
So, yeah. Just time constraints.
Yeah. For me, this semester.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that and using InDesign. The semester's wrapping up. That's always a rough time. for everybody because it's like crunch time. I have a big presentation on Friday, and I'm the only person in my 5-person group that has done anything really for it. That's false. My friend that's in the group also has worked on some stuff for it, but she has like the conclusion, so she's waiting on everybody else. Nobody else is doing stuff. So we have a 20-minute presentation on Friday that I'm trying to prep for, and then this PR book. I'm not the manager. I'm just the designer, and so like I'm trying to find ways to do more, and I can't because it's just do the design work. And so I went and I did the design work, and now I don't really have anything else but that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. It's been pretty calm, just end of semester blues too, because like it gets really boring. I get really bored.
That's not a feeling I remember from finals.
Yeah. I don't know how I got here. I genuinely don't know.
What?
How I got bored. But
I am.
Okay.
I'm like, you don't know how you got to finals? Like, you worked hard, girl.
I don't know how I got to finals after dropping 2 classes. And I dropped one of them twice. I dropped one of them twice.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just bored.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have, like, my job doesn't start until August, and you would think that gives you more downtime to do art, but it doesn't.
Why
and
not?
Because when I'm bored, I'm depressed, and so, and because
that all makes sense now.
Yeah, and I'm losing all of my Adobe programs. So
time to
I gotta
do
figure
some
out something.
Affinity?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna wind up with. But anyways, that's my challenge is literally just like I'm bored, and when I'm bored, I'm depressed, and then it's the end of semester. So
yeah,
that'll be my challenge.
Next time too, or
next week, and then Thursday my semester ends. Next Thursday my semester ends. So then it won't be a challenge anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and I started Twitch streaming, which is way more fun than doing art.
I saw that you did that. I was at work, so I didn't.
You're good.
Join.
No, you're good. Crap. I totally forgot about this. My desktop was taking up so much power that the power strip it was in started screaming at me twice. So we had to switch my power strip. So I was going to play The Sims, and I tried for 30 minutes to play The Sims, 2 separate streams, because my whole desktop got powered down. And then I just played this game called the Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so that's the one that's up there. But anyways, yeah. I learned OBS very, very well that day.
Nice.
Very, very well.
Nice.
Anyways, sorry. Next Artcheck.
Next Artcheck.
Which
is oh boy.
Monday.
I have 2 boxes checked on my episodes. So I'm gonna check the other 2 boxes, which means I'm gonna write 2 more episodes, or finish 2 more episodes, because I think the 3rd one is like partially done, or maybe mostly done. I can't remember. I'm gonna do that. That's a big one. I want desperately to finish writing season 1 so I can start drawing season 1.
Yeah.
I very, 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 very badly want to do that. So, like I'm dying. So yeah, no other guarantees other than that, but I'll probably draw somebody at some point. There's
Do you want to finish the sketch of Aaron?
No.
Or was that just more of like a sketch?
It was just meant to be a sketch, just for understanding what he's supposed to look like. There's some minor characters I haven't drawn yet, So maybe I will attempt drawing Desiree or Ross or somebody. Yeah.
I helped you name a character. Did that character ever stay?
He's technically there, but he doesn't have any
The name-
dialogue. And he doesn't show
Did his
up.
name the same? Is his name the same as the one I chose?
Damien, right?
Yeah.
He's just there because I needed another person, but in terms of like progressing the plot, I don't need him at all.
It works. Is his name ever said?
Yep, he's introduced.
Perfect.
That's
He gets
about
drawn.
it.
Is he gonna be drawn?
Yep, he'll be drawn
That's my
a
claim to
few
fame.
times.
I'm A-okay with everything now.
I have zero plans for Damien.
He's my favorite character. That's it. Emily was on my couch and she goes, choose a guy's name. I was like,
I need a character.
I asked like a bunch of questions. I was like, okay, what's his ethnicity? Like, what is all this stuff?
I asked his ethnicity. I was like, I need probably a dude. I need help picking an ethnicity, a name, and there's probably some other things, but I was just like, I just need another warm body. Like, I don't know who else.
Emily was like, I literally can't think of anything. She's sitting on my couch, I think. And I was like, and so I pulled up Google and I don't remember what.
You started picking some like solid main character kind of names.
I know.
And I was like, too good. These are two good names. I need a very normal name. He doesn't show up. He's not important in any way. He's just.
I know. I was like going in like these like really. I came up with some like really solid strong names, and you're like, no, go a little bit more
interesting. Yeah.
Go a little bit less. And so we pulled up like, I want to say it was Greek, but I don't know how we got Damien from Greek, but
I don't know.
We had talked about Greek names at some point. And anyways, we scrolled through and I read some of them out loud and she's like, that one, Damien. And I was like, cool, I don't care. This is my claim to fame.
It's funny, I have way too many A names and I have way too many D names.
That's what it was. Yeah, you were like, cannot be an A name.
Yeah, it cannot be an A name.
You cannot choose an A name. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You are A-okay. Anyways, sorry. For next Artcheck, I said this last time, and then I went to read Emily's comic, and I didn't freaking remember anything, and so I had to go back and start rereading some of it. So I'm going to read the parts that she sent me, and that's on Artcheck. This is live. I'm not going to say anything else about the comic, but I'm holding myself accountable that by Monday it's going to be read because I want to read it, and I texted you. I did. I was like, Emily, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to read this. I don't remember anything.
I know. Well, and so I do it in bunches, and like it's like usually takes about 6 to 8 episodes for it's like, all right, we've moved on to we're doing a new thing. And so sometimes the context for whatever is happening, and that's the case in this one. The context for what's happening in the first episode in that document is in a different document. And so like it just jumps into it. And anyways, I am extremely worried though that there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be like, where did this come from? And I'm going to have to build stuff backwards into it that's like explains a little bit more, just so that like when it does happen, people aren't feeling like it comes out of the blue. It is out of the blue, but I'm just hoping that I've given enough context and it's not so far into the series that people are like,
sit down for like an hour or two and read episodes 1 through 25. And
you only really need that one episode before for you to understand what is happening when the next episode starts. So you really only need to read the one before.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there like, I don't know what the frick.
Yeah, the episode before
and I was like, I can't do this.
the episode before is basically just a setup on like, this is what's happening today. And then like some filler things that just like kind of add to like character development. So
yeah, I'm gonna look into it. because I really wanted to, and I totally texted you like, I'm ready to read it, man.
You were like,
And
after Artcheck, you were like, it's pulled up, look.
it was.
And you showed it to me and everything. You're like, it's pulled up, and I'm going to read it before I go to sleep tonight.
And then I went to read it before I went to sleep that
and you're
night,
like,
and
I'm tired, I don't get it.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like working on. Emily and I also made a Discord, so I'm working on like filling this whole thing out.
Oh.
And it doesn't sound important, but I'm trying to do something that will set us up for the future. And I started it before we started streaming, and it's on my brain, and I'm trying to get it done before the topic.
So something more than just adding.
No, so I went through, and essentially I'm going to pin it to the top of the channel, but on the topics channel, I'm actually like physically going in and like rewriting the description, and then I'm going to pin the description to the topics channel.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have to go to a previous YouTube video anymore. You just go to Discord.
To copy and paste the description, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry everybody. That was another thing that we did. We made the Discord. But next Artcheck, I'm reading that and coming up with a topic probably. It seems like Emily and I have gotten into this thing where it's like on Monday, I typically am coming up with the topic, and then Wednesday, she's typically coming up with it. I don't know how that happens. I just feel
bad because like there's some days where I'm like, I don't know, and I ask you, what's the topic, because I don't want to answer the question, and then it'll be well last time Kiley came up with the topic, I sprung that on her, so I'll volunteer to come up with something. So
yeah. Anyways, there's that, but. Anyways, now when people comment and stuff, guys, we actually have a show. Our live stream is advancing.
Just by adding Discord?
Yes, because I'm gonna say something. Oh, that's really weird. Sorry, share screen. So what we've done is we've added a topics channel. So if you're not watching us live, or you are watching us live, and you have a topic that you think would be really cool for us, I get notified when you comment on a video. What can happen now is that I can copy all of the topics that people want us to talk about into this Discord channel, and we can make sure that they get talked about at some point, instead of somebody commenting on the live stream and we have nowhere to write it down, and then next Monday we're going, well, we don't have any topics. But yeah, so we now have a place to store it all. So if you have topics that you want us to talk about, please hit us up. Yeah, let us know. I don't know what I'm going to do for next Artcheck. I think I've said like 2 things, and that's pretty much all that I'm going to do. Our topic is from Emily, and it is about management.
Yeah, project management, productivity, all that stuff. In case you didn't catch on, I really, really, really want to finish writing this. Really, really badly, because I really, really, really want to draw it, and I really want it to be out there. And that only happens when I finish step 1, which has been a very big step. So, yeah. I have I don't have my planner pulled up, but I had planned out a few weeks ago, probably a month ago, that if I do 4 episodes a week, every week from that week on, I could finish it all by September. August.
Oh, August.
See, the first week I did 4 episodes. Every single week after that, I've done 2. So this week I'm hoping to turn it around, get back on track. Maybe I can write 5 or 4.5 to kind of catch up. It's difficult though. So yeah, that's kind of just been on my mind of like, I am already falling off. And I had set up this goal just knowing that if I set that if I shoot for the moon and I fail, I still hit stars type of thing. So like, do I need it done by August? No, but it's going to take me 4 freaking ever to get a backlog, like a serious backlog of episodes done anyways. Yeah. And I want a serious amount of backlog because my episodes are 40 panels each. if it takes me an hour, which I think it will probably take me more to do each panel, then that's a 40-hour work week. I already have a job. So
like, I really can't do that.
yeah, like I just don't think that's a reasonable thing to think that I'm going to release it every week. And so I can't go at a weekly pace, which is already frustrating. I'd love to do weekly updates. So like if I had a serious backlog, maybe I could do weekly updates. If I had half of it done or something, I was working on the other half. Or I think technically it'd have to be more than half. Anyways, it'll be messy and it's going to be difficult. And this is the frustration that comes with committing to a multi-year project. So, yeah. Because by the time that I post it, I will have been working on it for a year.
One thing that I do want to say, though, and I know that we can't show it because it would be major freaking spoilers, but I wish that people could see how you're going about writing it. Because I think when you hear like, oh, I'm writing this thing, some people are like, oh, well, I'm just like, here's the plot point, moving on. Here's the plot point, moving on. Emily goes through every character's dialogue, writes it literally as a movie script. Here's a close-up. Here's what this one's going to look like. Here's what this one's going to look like.
Yeah, it's literally a script where I'm describing what happens in each shot. Panel.
It's nuts.
And then
it's insanely good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But like, I wish that people could see, like, because when Emily says like, oh, I've written episodes, I feel like it's like, oh, well, that we can't see that. You can't see it because it would be major spoilers, but like, it's so intense. Like, I want to show like fake words like lorem ipsum in all of the spaces, but it wouldn't do any justice. But like, it's insane how detailed each of her episodes are.
I'm gonna see if I can look up an example of a comic book script that looks like mine.
Yeah, because when Emily said that she was writing a script, I was like, oh, okay. And then she sent it to me, and I was like, what the frick? Like, this is like, she was like, I've written stuff. And she sent it to me, and I was like, oh, this is not at all what I thought she meant. I thought she meant in episode 1, they're going to talk. And this is what they're going to talk about. No, like, everything is like, if the color palette changes, it's in there.
Yeah, well, that's for a very specific reason. Color palettes.
I'm not saying it.
Tell so much about what's happening without me saying anything. Okay.
And it's just, yeah.
So this one over here, which is kind of small, it shows, this is a pretty good example of what, that's blurry. Okay.
I have removed us so they can still hear us, but they can't see us.
Okay. So like, it's very similar to this, but I didn't want to do any center line stuff because it's just a pain. But it's actually kind of similar to this one where it's like, here's panel 1. I don't have it written. I have it listed so that if I add panels in between, it's already numbered correctly again. And then it'll have a description of what you see in the panel. And then it's got the character's name. What did they say? And then sometimes it'll say like, are they off camera? Is this a voiceover? Are they saying it quietly? Are they, like stuff like that? And then, lots of that. I don't have to worry about page numbers, thank goodness. But, yeah.
A webtoon.
I mean, I should worry about page numbers because, like, if you're smart, then you'll, like, work on it like it's a book, but then reformat into a webtoon so that if it is successful and people want to buy it, you don't have to do a lot of work. But this is my first comic, so I really don't have that expectation. And I assume that if it ever were to get to that point, I would probably reboot it eventually. And then do that one. So, yeah.
So maybe.
I mean, like, if it were to blow up, then I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna hire somebody to like help me
figure out my page
organize this into a page. But like, and I'll just like work in bigger panels that like get narrower or whatever. Anyways, like that's not too big of a deal. But like if it's super successful, that's successful, then yeah, I will hire somebody to just help me and it'll be fine. But I really don't have that expectation, and it's my first go, so.
And what I was trying to say by this is like, you're over here like, I wanted to do 4 episodes a week. And like, dude, the fact that you're cranking out 2 is insane. You're writing 80 panels a week. Have you thought about that?
I mean, I'm writing a little bit more than that because most of the time they're not exactly 40. They're usually a little bit over.
Yeah.
And those are just the boxes that are checked. So like sometimes a half an episode is written in that week, but the box isn't checked. So I don't count it. But like, yeah, I don't know. It is a lot. And for me, I have to let stuff marinate for it to work. So I have to step away, and then when I'm trying to fall asleep, it like clicks like, oh, this is how this is gonna work. So like I was trying to figure out, I stepped away from the scene because I didn't know what to do. And like literally when I was going to sleep, I'm like, oh, I know. And now I just need to go back and write that in. So stuff like that happens like all the time. Like using my commute is kind of how I figure out episodes. Like there was several months where like last year where I was just figuring out how the story worked, and I was remembering what I had thought of the ideas, or like just coming up with stuff or trying to work things out in my brain, literally just driving to work. Stuff like that. So marinating helps, but it takes time, and I hate that it takes time. Just want it to be out.
Well, and I was like scrolling through, and like this one has like 42 panels.
Right.
But then each panel has a subsection.
What do you mean?
It says like 42A.
Oh, right.
43A. It's not like necessarily a subsection, but
the dialogue.
I'm trying to say give yourself a little bit of slack.
Thank you.
Because it's nuts, man.
Thanks.
And you know that I'm invested. The fact that I'm not reading it is simply...
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I was thinking? So, like, I was listening to Comic Lab yesterday, and they were talking about hiring an editor. They're like, the reason why you'd want to do that for, like, a long form is because an editor is more invested than, like, your friends or family. And they would do a really good job of editing, da-da-da. And they were like, for example, I can't just, like, there's Venn diagrams of like somebody in my life that I know personally who would be helpful. And I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that I've got Kayla. Because they were like, out of the people who have an artistic interest in the same things that I do, how many of them like the same genre of the long form comic that I'm doing? How many of them read comics but are artists? Or how many of them have the attention span or the time or whatever? And they're like, well, that narrows it down to 0 people. And I was like, wow, I've got one. Yes. I was like, Kayla likes this genre. Kayla likes
the comic.
She likes the comic. Well, yeah. And they're like, and how many out of those people are just going to be like, read it as a favor and then come up with a few points to give to you, but then otherwise just say it was great. And like, I mean, I think you do a lot of, hey, it was great, right? But you also like told me when you were hung up on a detail. Like you also were like, why did this happen?
Yeah,
I don't get
that one thing. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I thought about that the other day.
That was helpful because I didn't know. Like you actually called out a point of like, no, this is a hang up. I don't understand why this character is here. I don't understand what their purpose is. I don't understand the purpose of the scene. And so like I was able to rework something that was kind of really important because it was in the first 3 episodes. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, and if anybody, okay, I keep on saying I'm going to read Emily's comic. I am very invested in it. So when I say that I'm not reading it, and Emily knows this, it's genuinely because I have not had the time.
Yeah.
I was like jumping while I was reading the comic at my place. I was legitimately like jumping. So you guys should get excited.
I honestly, I'm like, yep, she's doing this out of her own time. I'm not paying her. I'm not asking. Like, she's a major favor. So yeah, she's gonna read it on her own timeline. She's gonna do it when she wants to, not when I want her to, because that's unfair.
Yeah. The whole point of me saying all this, by the way, was to hopefully get you to cut yourself some slack, man.
Thank you. I mean, yeah. I am very excited about where I've gone. It's just so, I'm impatient. I'm impatient. That's what's happening. Is that I want everything done now, and that's just not possible. So
you're like, I just want it.
I want it
all done. I
Yeah.
want to sit down in 24 hours and have a year's worth of comic.
Just written, right? Because that's really hard, like conceptually. And then when it comes to drawing, like I just have to take a look at stuff, make sure everything's good, and then make it and draw it. And I'm excited to share the story, and I want people to read it, and I'm thinking way too far ahead. Like I've already got ideas for like promotional material, you know, like I'm totally going to do a tiny GIF animation, and like I can't do it yet because that is unreasonable for me to ask that of myself. Yeah. I was actually really seriously considering looking at doing 3D backgrounds.
For your whole comic?
Oh, I'm going to do 3D backgrounds for a lot of the stuff that just is in there already. Like lots of hallways and rooms and stuff that I know are going to be common backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about like diving into that this week, and I'm like, no, you're getting off task. You're getting distracted. You need to write. And yeah. Like that should only be reserved for I have nothing left in the brain today. Let's do something else. But what's going to happen is the next day I'm going to want to do that instead of write, because writing is hard. So
I am so sorry. I thought about writing a comic for a small amount of time, and then looked at it and said.
And then you looked at what I'm doing, you know what?
This was before you decided to write a comic, and this was like before you were even on Artcheck, and I thought about it, and I was like, dang, like I really like comics, like this is pretty fun. And I was like, yeah. First hang up, that involves drawing people. And I don't want to do that. So
yeah.
But I'm impressed. Every time.
Thank you. Thank you.
When Emily says that she feels like she's not project managing well or anything like that, it's all false.
Thank you. I mean,
all lies.
It's literally been like the only thing. Like I have woken up in the middle of the night.
Are you done with the animation for Kirk?
Yeah. All done. So that's cool. I don't have to worry about anything else. But I've literally like woken up in the middle of the night and been like, I'm not going to finish in time to put it out early next year. And then I had to sit and count how many weeks I had left and like do math and be like, no, that puts me around August, September. That's okay. Like, I think I'd woken up and been like, at this rate, I'll finish in December. That's no good. And that's not true. Because I was like, then it's Christmas, and then there's a whole, like, that puts me back several weeks. And then that means that I can't. Anyways, I have conversations with Tim where he's like, you need to stop. You're going to be okay.
And the thing is, too, it's not like you've announced a release date.
No.
So.
And I'm not announcing a release date until I am good and ready, and I'm just adding more fluff into that that backlog, just more cushion.
Yeah, no, like if how am I gonna put it? If you announced a release date right now and you're like, it's gonna be out January 1st,
That would be horrible.
that would be horrible. That would be anti everything that you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But since you didn't do that and you're like early next year and you're announcing it on this, we don't get many people watching.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get it, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you announce it, if you post it in 2023 and you have 4 years of backlog content, nobody's going to know the difference.
Yeah. I mean, I will know the difference because I'll pull up work from
You
4
will.
years ago and be like, oh. But yeah, no, I start spiraling into, well, I'm 25. It's taken me 1 year. It'll take this many more years to finish it. By this time, I'll be this age. My life is halfway gone. Like, I start like going like I'm too old to not start yesterday.
Have you decided how your comic is going to end?
No.
Okay.
I have a general direction. I have a general arc that I think I'm going to go with. I don't know how to get there. So past season 2, I haven't daydreamed on that at all.
I wasn't sure.
I've daydreamed a lot on season 2. Not daydreamed very much at all on season 3, so I don't know how I'm going to wrap it up. But maybe it'll just be 2 fat seasons and I'll just, I don't know. Or season 3 will be really short. I don't know.
I did not ask to stress you out. I was curious.
It's okay.
Stress you out?
It's okay. I keep telling myself you've got time.
You have plenty of time.
You've got feedback to listen to and people to like. Hopefully over time I'll start hearing more from people who read it that are like have opinions about it, and that should give me some like fuel of
Tim
like
reads it.
I haven't given him the scripts for any of the new stuff. I gave him the script for I know, you're like the only one.
I'm so special and I'm the worst.
Yeah.
I have not read it.
It's fine because he read the script for back when it was going to be a book. He read the script for the first issue and he was like, great. I wish I could see it. And that was the other thing that was really great about you, because I knew that you would not have a difficult time being like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, it's going to kind of look like this. That's all I really need. Yeah.
I have a question.
Do
you think that creative people, and this might need to go in the topics channel, creative people have better imagination?
No, I think that they
like,
have better visualization.
Better visualization. Okay.
Mental visualization. They have a better concept. So if I showed you a sketch, you go, okay, yeah, that's going to turn out great. If I were to show a client a sketch that was rough, they would only see to that level and be like, that's what I'm paying for, is this rough sketch. Like, this isn't, the line quality sucks, and da-da-da. But you know that you understand where I'm going to get to. And so when you're reading a script and you're seeing, oh, so-and-so is looking kind of concerned, da-da-da, like, that's enough for you to be like, yeah, I get it. That's what's going to be conveyed, right? But in a book, they say words, so-and-so looks at so-and-so this way. And they add all these whimsical details that really give you imagery. And I'm not doing that because
you're going to draw it.
I'm going to draw it, and all I need is for me to look at the thing and be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Because most of the stuff I've already visualized. Like, I just need to have enough for that recall and enough to remember, okay, this is the messaging behind this look. Like, this is what they're thinking behind the look. And if I can convey that, that's helpful. If they don't catch that, that's also okay. And so, yeah. I would say,
I was just curious.
yeah, because like I think a lot of people like say I'm not a creative or an artist, and then they think that they aren't creative, but that's just not true. We've just spent a lot more time honing specific skills that make us more efficient. So
We're more efficient visualizers.
yeah, like we're more efficient creatively because we've gamed the system of our brain to understand how to produce more creative stuff more, and how to produce creative stuff when we don't want to.
I haven't figured out that one yet.
It's hard. I mean, I don't think anybody's figured it out, right? But like we know how to game the system at times.
There is one man who I think has figured it out.
And that's Corey?
Yes.
Yes. Because he's sometimes I think that man is a machine.
He might be a robot.
Well, you know, robot. At the end of the day, though, like he would become what he despises the most: machine.
That's true.
Irony.
That's the character arc.
It's a Greek tragedy.
It is a Greek tragedy. He's just a robot.
Yeah. Turns out you became the machine you feared so much. Oh. But it was a creativity machine. So is that bad?
Mm-mm. Unless people start making creativity machines that actually work, and then it takes our jobs.
Yeah, because then he becomes... Yeah. Anyways,
no, I was just saying that, like, I'm convinced that he has it figured out. And he's probably, if he watches this back, which I think he does go back and watch some of
He does go back, but out of all of the ones that people could go back to, we do not have a guarantee that people can go back to this one. So
yeah, true. We don't have a guarantee. I feel like this is a lot more like, for some reason we're on topic today, and this is the one that might not get saved.
I know we're on topic, but like, are we? Because it's about project management, and I really just wanted to talk about my comic.
So long as I'm not forcing you to talk about your comic, you're fine.
I really wanted to talk about it and project management related to it. Bruno, you're trying to eat my finger. He's trying to eat my finger.
This Artcheck has been, Emily, cut yourself some slack, man.
Lately, I've been a lot of like, hey, you need to slow down. Like, you have achieved what you wanted of becoming a workaholic. You're there now. Just sit there. You can plateau here. You know?
We joke a lot. Me, you, and Kiley have this running joke that the trio of the professors that we used to work for were mini versions of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Have you started to realize it?
You just pointed it out to me. That I need to work. I have hit that point now. Like, I realized when family was visiting, like, I was itching to do stuff. And I remember Crow always saying, well, like, you get to a point where it just feels wrong to not be making stuff after a few days. Mm-hmm. And I've hit that point. So, yeah. I hadn't thought about it. Then, yeah, I am taking on Crow-like qualities. I'm not staying up as late as he is, though. I'm not.
It's not a bad thing.
I'm never going to do that.
No, yeah. No. It's not a bad thing. It just cracked me up because I didn't think about it until I was like, you know who has figured it out? Corey Kerr. And then, no. Yeah. In case anybody doesn't know, we were talking one day, and I said something. This was after their last Artcheck. Mm-hmm. And they were beginning IRS agency, so they had plans, which I think genuinely, if we ended Artcheck, I think we would wind up doing something like that. I think that you and I have been doing this for so long that if we didn't have a new live stream set up, at least for once a week, it would feel so wrong. Like, I know that we miss sometimes, but like, it's always still there. Like, if we weren't doing something, I think it would be really weird. Yeah. Anyways. And he announced the IRS show, and him and I were talking, and he goes, well, you'll have to do one more than I did, otherwise you can't quit. And I was like, You just signed us up for 200 something episodes, man.
That's not that much more.
No, that's insane. I think that we're less than 100 episodes away.
We are because we're at 220 or 122 right now. And
when did they end?
Oh, I don't know what episode
That's
they
what I'm
ended
trying to
on.
look. That's what I'm trying to look. Yeah, he specifically told me, he was like, so we did this many, so you have to do this many. And it was one up. And he was like, and then you can stop. And I was like, I don't want to stop anytime soon.
Right.
It's good to know, I guess.
Yeah.
280. We're not less than 100 away.
No, we're not.
No. 280. So they hit 280. Yeah, so he told me you have to do 281 with Emily. And I was like, we're going to be in Rexburg for a while, so.
Yeah. Well, and all we need is the internet, so.
That's true.
You're super blurry. Oh, I can see clearly.
Everyone, welcome to my auto-focusing lens. Emily has the same one, but I just fidget so much more. Come on.
You got to bring it back slowly.
I don't have the patience for that.
You got to go.
I did it, Emily. I did it. It's focused on my face.
Nice.
Anyways.
Well,
I literally said, wow, look at how on topic we've been. And then we wound up talking about Kerr being a robot and what that would do to the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I figured that you just wanted to talk about comics. So because I was talking about Project Man. And I was like, listen, man, I will talk about your comic. Emily, if you want to talk about your comic. Emily, if you want to tell me.
Yeah.
It will be titled Emily's Comic. Yeah. And I will be so careful as I was today. so careful as I was today.
You've been so good.
What do you think Damien's gonna look like?
Short. I think he's gonna be short.
And that's it?
He seems like a compact guy. Oh no. Other than short.
He should have glasses.
No, glasses are too hard it's not worth it for a minor character.
That's fair.
I do have somebody
sunglasses.
With glasses. Sunglasses. I can see him with sunglasses.
He just wears sunglasses inside, and he has like a button up with like the sleeves ripped off.
Yeah, James Hewitt has glasses.
Oh, he does.
He has round glasses. He's gonna have a lot of shots that look like this.
I have a very clear picture of what that man looks like, and I'm not the one drawing it, and I'm never going to be the one drawing it. But I'm so curious to see what that man looks like. I've drawn him a few times
if you want to see me pull up Mr. Hewitt.
Yes.
Mr. James Hewitt.
This is what everybody gets for sticking around 57 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even have this picture saved. It's just in the... All right, let me go find it.
Kurt, if you are watching it, man, I admire the amount of productivity level that you have.
Yeah.
And Emily, I'm admiring it from you. Oh,
I've only drawn him once.
He looks like that. Oh, wait.
I probably need to make him look a little bit older. He still looks pretty young in this. He's got some laugh, what is it called?
That's not what I'm thinking of.
Is it called crow's feet? The laugh lines right there.
Oh, maybe. Those. I don't know. There's a movie. Aha. Yeah. He looks like this guy. One second. I'm pulling him up because I've actually never seen this movie, but this is exactly who he looks like.
Do you know what I was going to say? Do you know what I was going to say? But I was like, what if she pulls him up? I was like, yeah, he's got some Milo Thatch vibes.
That's his name.
Also, oh my gosh, you haven't seen Atlantis? That's one of my favorite Disney movies. It's one of my favorite Disney movies.
You know what?
It's so good.
You know how we filled an Artcheck with what foods I don't like? There
are so many movies I haven't seen. But it's so good.
My mom didn't like watching movies growing up unless she knew that she liked them, because she said that watching a movie was a waste of time. Yeah. If she didn't like the movie, it was a waste of 2 hours of her life.
understandable. But
So we
like,
didn't watch a lot of movies.
Atlantis
looks
is
like
the
my
same
love.
level as Treasure Planet for me.
I've seen Treasure Planet. That's the first movie that I looked up, and I was like, definitely not that guy.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Same level for me. I love both of those movies very much. Yeah, Atlantis
Totally
is
looks like
amazing.
him.
We can, if you don't watch it soon enough, I will make you watch it with me.
Can we watch it together?
Yeah, like I'll make you watch it with me if you don't in time. Yeah, he's got Milo Thatch vibes.
Is he gonna have a?
He's
Pull it back
older
up?
though. He's older, but he's a smart dude. He's not a goofy dude though. Milo
It was
Thatch
the
is kind
hair.
of goofy.
It was the hair and the
Yeah.
glasses, and that's all that did it. I did. Wait, pull him back up. I want
Yeah.
to go back to this. Pull him back up. Your full screen.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, look at that. And wait. Wait, I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. They totally give off this. That's fantastic.
He's a skinny, smart dude with glasses.
Oh no,
but
you're essentially. It's not that you're. It's not that it's a stereotype in some ways.
right.
Whenever you create a character, they're always gonna look like the other character, like
Yeah.
something else. I don't know why. I've literally never even seen that movie, but I saw him and I was like, Disney.
Well, and here's the thing. So like there's some core differences. He's kind of like father figure-y.
He is, yeah.
And he's
older.
comes in for like filling in massive amounts of information or like
Which he does very well. That's definitely sorry.
His purpose is to be like, I know all the things. Let me tell you the things. And
he reminds me of like, you know, like that mission brief person that's in like every movie,
right?
Like a spy movie where he comes in and this is not a spy comic. I'm not spoiling anything. Fight me.
I wanted to say you're about to come to a crazy mission brief.
Oh, okay.
With a different person
Ooh.
Giving it. So, and I'm actually pretty proud of the execution of it.
But that guy just reminds me of like, he's wearing like a black tie because he's just so professional, and he just comes in and he's like, everybody listen.
He's the kind of dude that when he's in a more casual scene, he still wears a tie.
This time it's striped.
Yeah, like, I'm not wearing my suit jacket.
Look at me.
This one's a bow tie, you know? So he's like just always like a professional.
Bow tie.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, I'm going casual today. Yeah, so that's what Mr. Hewitt looks like. Yeah.
Oh, you know what just popped into my brain?
What?
Because we were talking about how I haven't seen Atlantis and we were going to watch it together. You know what else I haven't watched that I told you and Kerr I would watch? Avatar.
Yeah, I was about to say Avatar.
I just realized that I haven't watched it.
It's very good. Just watch an episode here or there until you get to the point where you want to binge.
That's the thing. I want to sit down and watch it because everybody says it's this huge good thing. And I just don't, it escapes my mind.
You're going to want to binge it. There's a certain point where, like, it's just all hits fan. It's amazing. Yeah.
I have a very addictive personality. So I get nervous about starting shows when people say you're going to want to binge it.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's not a 9-season show.
How many seasons is it?
3.
Really?
They ended it when it was good to end it, and they didn't add more. Unlike most TV shows, where they're like, we still want to make money off of this. So, like, book 1 is season 1, and it's got season 1 vibes to it, right? Like, they have to let it ramp up, and you got to be patient with it. But then, yeah, season 2 or book 2 and book 3, yeah, those are that's it. That's all you get. So, if you really get into it, then you can watch Legend of Korra. Which is also only 3, I believe. It might actually be 4. Tim
Hi,
just chimed
Tim.
in. Yeah.
Hi, Tim.
He likes Korra more than Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't,
Now
but
that I'm like looking at, so I looked up the live action,
Mhm.
and I even just watching a few episodes of the
Mhm.
first one, I can see why everybody's so outraged.
I have only seen the Netflix trailer, but we laugh at it because there's like a whole team of earthbenders who are like, "Ka, yeah, 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 ka, ka, ah," and they're just moving like a rock this big. The whole team, and it just floats. And they're all like, "Ah!" And so, yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Well, Aang's
And they mispronounce it.
arrow, yeah, his arrow has like a bunch of mini tattoos in it and then glows.
Aang's
But it glows, yeah.
glows in the cartoon.
It
Yeah.
does glow in the cartoon, but it glows each individual symbol. I'll show you.
Oh.
I'll show you. Everybody, welcome to 48-hour Artcheck After Hours.
After hours, baby.
That's why we have this specific banner.
This banner, because we get too chatty. Yeah.
Everybody, compare this.
Yeah. Very different.
Very different.
Well, and also I heard that the...
Wait, 2021?
What is this? No.
Oh, concept. It says concept.
Yeah.
It says concept.
And also they like definitely like whitewashed, like the waterbenders were based on Inuit, and they were like very white looking in the movie, I remember. Yeah. Oh, that's right. The guy who played what's his name, Jasper in Twilight, was the brother.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah.
He looks so different.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
water tribe instead of a vampire. But yeah, they like just had white people play them, and it was like okay.
I don't think that their choice for this child was too far off.
I don't think so.
Everything else
I don't
was
know what
wrong.
his voice sounds like, but
I wish I could share that. What do you think about this avatar? Have you seen this one?
I've seen
Everybody,
it a
I'm going to
times.
show the most controversial logo of all time.
Yeah. Papyrus.
They changed it to this.
Oh, thank goodness.
People were so mad about it. Look.
Yeah.
New avatar logo review.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the SNL skit on that, then you really, really need to.
In defense of Papyrus,
they changed it a tiny bit, but like pure papyrus.
The world's second most hated font is the first Comic Sans. Yeah.
Yeah, because more people know Comic Sans.
I tell people that all the time. I'm the worst. I know that people hate Papyrus, and so I'm the worst, guys. I don't think that you. If you know me, like in real life, like one-to-one, you'll definitely see me doing this. But I don't think I necessarily give off this personality on the stream, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna do, and I'll tell my friends too. I'm like, our whole presentation, Papyrus, and I wait to see which group members are visual and which ones aren't because it's
they'll
so
have a
funny.
Reaction.
It's so funny. And like one time I made something for somebody and I put it in half Papyrus, half Comic Sans.
Tim does that now to like troll me, but like anytime it comes up, like I've kind of ingrained in him, like Comic Sans and Papyrus are bad, and so like it comes up in discussion with other people, and he'll tell me about it later.
You know what? Do you remember Emily and I took a class together? Like actually took the class together. Do you know what I'm about to talk about? Do you remember the one guy's slideshow where every slide was a different.
It hurt my eyes, right?
Dude, do you remember me physically having an audible reaction?
Well, we all like you, me,
It
and
was
Doug were
me
like,
and Doug. And like, and it switched, and out loud I just went, oh no. And like, it was like, I couldn't stop it. And you and Doug cracked up. Oh my gosh, this guy used a different decorative font every single slide.
yeah, that's right.
And then
Man.
this other guy in that class had a video play that used the F word like every sentence.
Oh yeah, he had a Joe Rogan video.
Yeah, and
Dude.
the professor just sat there like, "Are you gonna turn this off?"
Yeah.
And he let the video play, and then he was like, "Sorry guys, I didn't realize how much it cursed." And our professor stood up and was like, "Maybe next time you should actually listen to your video before you present it." And we all were like waiting for him to turn it off, and the professor was just leaving it. He's like, "Go ahead."
Oh, it's just like I don't mind hearing those like I watch a ton of stuff with like language in it. So I just sit back and laugh at the awkwardness, and it's so funny.
Me and you were like cracking up. I think Doug was too, but both of us, like you and me, were both like, "Is he gonna go turn it off?"
And like I don't.
And like some of the.
Well, and it was like a 20-minute video. It was like,
yeah.
And he was like, "I'm only gonna get to
5 minutes of it."
Yeah.
It was like 5 minutes of just this guy just straight up cursing, and we were like,
it was a Joe Rogan video. So like, yeah, he kept going. Like, yeah.
Classes are nuts.
So good. I love those awkward, like, or when just like the weirdest, awkwardest, like ad shows up before they show a video. That's not really school appropriate, but it's YouTube appropriate, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I remember laughing. There was one, it was not something that parents would get angry if it were to show in a class, in like a middle school or high school class, and before the teacher were to show an educational thing, the parents would be mad. And I just remember hearing, because they like bleep out words comedically, and I was just like, that happened, and everybody's like, and I was sitting there going, like being like, just laughing, but like being dying. Like, shut up, don't laugh.
Oh my gosh, some people are just.
Yeah, you'd think that like, I feel like people are pretty good at presentations in this school. They just get like really nervous, but it's like, that was a
you're required to take a presentation class.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. In this major, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, it was an interesting time. I remember sitting in class and this professor had, what's the one guy that they all listen to when they play in class? Kiley would know exactly what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
There is, give me a second, Jack Johnson. Is that him? Do you know who I'm talking about? Is that a person?
Yeah, Jack Johnson, yeah. It's a musician.
He's a musician, right?
Yeah. Banana pancakes.
Exactly, that guy. Anyways, the professor had his music on, and it was like a live concert, so it was just going and going and going. I guess at one point it was showing signs in the audience, and there were a lot of curse words. I wasn't looking. And I heard somebody across the room go, "Oh," and then the professor looked up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go change that right now. I'll be back to help you all in a second."
It was really funny that one teacher was just playing a Spotify playlist, and this song called "Beware the Dog" by the Griswolds, which has the F-bomb in the chorus multiple times in the chorus, and it's really boppy though and catchy. And I remember like this whole lecture hall being like, because it kept repeating, and they'd be like, professor, he keeps swearing. And I just
was that here?
Like, yeah, it was in a different class, but yeah, I just remember being like, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I could get in so much trouble, thank you." And so it was just those I live for those awkward moments because I feel like I'm in awkward all the time, and it's just nice to share it with people sometimes.
It's nice for other people to hop in.
Yeah, just to see other people feel awkward and I don't. Just for some reason that makes me laugh.
That's awesome. Anyways, we went over
Quite a bit.
So,
So
and my throat is like dying.
yeah.
So
My eyeballs are kind of hurting because of the stupid
the ring light.
that light. Yeah.
If you want to find my stuff, go to @thecomeback_KLD. If you want to find Emily's stuff, go to @Gumanelli. There are also link trees in the description below that will take you to my stuff, to Emily's stuff, and to Kiley's stuff. It will also take you to the indie review show, which we talked about, that is done by Corey Kerr, which we also talked about him. So go see any of these things. There are literally links in the description below. They're all mobile friendly. Go check it out, and we will see you all on Monday.